Aquarius, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-May 2024, and I'll do the reading for you, and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aquarius. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Nine of Pentacles. That's a pretty secure energy in the sense of you're feeling good about yourself. You're feeling pretty strong, pretty secure within yourself, potentially in dealing with the situation as well. But all right, starting off the reading, you get the Queen of Pentacles crossed by the star. That's your energy right there with the star, but definitely a sense of focusing on yourself, like big time. There's a strong energy of focus on yourself here. In your focus, the Nine of Wands, this is almost looking like an energy of rejecting anything that it doesn't have to do with yourself. You're like, no, thank you. No, thanks. No. You know, anything that doesn't fall into that category of it's about you. In the recent past, the Six of Swords, potentially creating some distance between you and other energies here. In your strength, the Three of Wands. Man, you're isolating yourself. In a good way, though, in a healthy way for you. It feels like you're creating space for you to just kind of take care of your needs here, of you, for a little bit. But definitely putting distance between you and other energies while you do this. In the immediate future, the moon, that's a little obscure. Something's at play here that you may not necessarily see or identify at this moment in time. Supporting this reading, the Eight of Cups. You don't seem to care much about something in particular, where it feels like you're either emotionally numb to it or you're just not feeling it anymore. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Five of Wands. This is a very noisy kind of an energy. Of course, you're putting distance between you and everything at this point, because this is very noisy. It almost feels like one of those energies of, you know, when you realize, oh, I've been watching too much TV, and you shut it down for like 2 months or something, or too much social media and you get off for a couple of months, you know, kind of feels a little bit like that, where you disconnect from all the noise for a little bit. In your hopes and fears, the Justice card, yeah, balance. You just want balance, silence. Basically, that's your balance, silence. You want none of that. You're just looking for really steady and balanced energies at this moment in time. And the potential outcome, the Ten of Cups. It's working out. Whatever it is that you're doing here, it's looking like it's working out. You know, you're doing something for yourself here, but that involves creating space, and a lot of space between you and others, just to have this little time for yourself here. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Let me clarify. Let's do the Nine of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands, the Hermit, the King of Pentacles. Okay, so if you're working on a project, or if you're involved in a situation like a job or something that has to do with the material, I see you being very passionate about it, very knowledgeable about it, very good, feeling very good about it overall, about where you're at and where it's going, you know? So something feels good about that. Let's do the Queen of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Eight of Wands. Man, you're determined. This is almost an announcement of taking some time off. You know, it's coming through so determined that you have to put it out there somehow. You're either letting someone know or the whole world know. But it's coming through as, look, this is what I need to do for myself, and this is what's going to happen. Okay. Let's do the Star. Page of Wands, Ten of Cups, the Hierophant. It's for your sanity, for your, you're giving me a sense of, I don't know if this is the first time you're doing this or if you've done this before, but you almost look like you know what you're doing here, in the sense of you just know that you need this for your health, for your well-being, for you. And that's why you're doing it. That's the angle you're shooting from here. It's, again, something that if you haven't done it before, it looks like it's something you've done or something you know how to do. You just know how to do. Where to me, it just looks like creating some space and time for yourself, basically, to recharge. Let me do the Nine of Wands in your focus. Yeah. The Four of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Sun. You do have some pressing energies around you in terms of, as much as you want to do this from that perfect, serene, I'm just going to go out in nature and stay there for 2 months or whatever it is you're planning to do. You have some pushy energies here, in the sense of it takes a lot to block those energies off. Of you may be going and after 5 minutes someone is calling, hey, there's this situation that unfolded and you're needed or something. And you're like, fuck no, I'm not. I don't know if you're going to go back after 5 minutes or not, but I do see the energies that are pulling at you, because it takes a lot for you to keep them away, you know? I would say don't take your phone with you or something. It's like, you know, but let's do the Three of Wands. Oop. The Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you don't want to hear it. You're giving me these connections, friendships, whatever you got going on, whatever. All sorts of other energies. And you're like, I'm not available. It's like a voicemail to these connections. I'm not available. Please come back in 2 weeks or something. I'm off the hook. You're taking yourself off the hook here. You're not available. You're not allowing yourself to be available to anyone, anything through this, which, as I said, don't take your phone with you, you know, to make sure that, okay, this is what I want to do and this is what needs to be done. Let's do the Moon in the immediate future. You get the Magician, the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Something is, something is coming through, but it's, I'm not going to say it's a surprise or anything. It is ultimately, because it's something you're not seeing. Let's say you're creating, or you've created your life in the way that you have, you're doing your thing, you're going on a vacation with no phone here, or whatever it is that you're doing. And then at some point, something is blooming, something is coming out to the surface, something good. But it's not something you thought about, or not something you planned along the way. Like, okay, well, this is going to bloom at some point, you know, or take off at some point. No. But when you see it unfolding, it kind of makes sense. You're not seeing it here. It's starting to unfold with you not seeing it. But when you do get to seeing it, I feel like it's going to make sense to you in the way of, oh, yeah, that makes sense, you know? So it's something of yours. It's something that's part of what you already created. It's just a ramification of it. It's a little branch there popping in. It's like, oh, because it definitely belongs to your manifestation. You're just not seeing it yet. It could be as you're away in this no phone vacation or whatever it is you're doing here. For the Eight of Cups and the supportive energies, you get the King of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, disconnecting yourself from these energies of these connections, whatever they are, doesn't mean, oh, you don't give a shit about these connections. You know, it just means I need some time. The only connection I keep open is to myself. That's it, at this moment in time. And you're allowed to do that, you know? It could be interpreted from the outside as, oh, you know, that means you don't give a shit. I don't think you give a shit that it's interpreted as that, in all honesty. Because to you, it doesn't mean that. A little bit it does, but not to the extent of, oh my god, they're gonna think I abandoned them or something. Could be interpreted as that. But to me, it feels like a great energy, whatever it is you're doing here for yourself. You're also guarding this space you're creating too. In the sense of, oh man, they're trying to get in, but I'm not going to let them. Five of Wands in the hidden energies, you get the Queen of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords. There is something that's bugging you, though. In one particular situation, in one particular connection, there may be a little bit of conflict that hasn't been settled. It's kind of up in the air. And even if you do take off in this direction of disconnecting from anything, everything, whatever, this one kind of sticks with you in the back of your mind there. Because there's conflict tied up to it, unresolved conflict, and it's bugging you. So the bugging part of it, you're taking it with you, wherever it is that you're going. You know, so, okay. Let's do the Justice card in your hopes and fears. King of Wands, the Star, the Justice card. Yeah, just trusting that everything's going to be okay. Without you, it's still with you at the end of the day, because your energy is still part of whatever you're putting to the side for a little bit. So just trusting that everything's going to be okay if you're not at the scene of whatever for a little while you are connected to yourself and you're going in your inner world there, whatever you're doing there. This to me looks like you're taking some time for yourself. Whatever you do with it, it's your own business. I still say don't take your phone with you, you know, but yeah. If that's what you need to do, go ahead and do it. Feels good. The energies feel very aligned for this. For the potential outcome, you get the Ten of Cups, the Page of Swords. For the Ten of Cups, you get the Page of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Alright. Yeah, and you're coming back a little more fresh, like replenished, in order to deal even with the situation that's bugging you. Coming back more replenished to deal with it, in order to deal with it. You're taking it with you as, you know, it's bugging you, so you take the bugging with you. But when you come back, you approach it from a different space. More calm, loving space, you know. It's different. You're coming back with a different approach, for sure. From this little bit of time off without a phone. So, okay, this feels good. I like this. Let's see what the universe has. Blue, what's with the growling? Knight of Swords, Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Look, if it feels right to you, do it. That's what the universe says. If this feels right to you, and I see that it does, do whatever feels right for you at this time. If the only connection you need to have right now is with yourself, do that. Sometimes we need that. You know? That, again, doesn't leave us disconnected from everything else that we're part of. It just creates a little bit of time and space for ourselves in order to be able to come back and look at things from different angles, you know, and treat things from those different angles. So, yeah. But let's do the Lantern Oracle. You get radical honesty. Ooh. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. Number 18. Ooh, that's radical. All right. The Mother Warrior assures you that it is okay and not at all a failure or flaw to experience disappointments, betrayals of the heart, and confusion. Rather, this is what it is to be transparently and universally human. She encourages you to look candidly at your current limitations and past the regrets and the things that you wish were not part of your character or life story. The Mother cautions you against continuing to deny any unwanted reality in your life and your uncomfortable feelings about it. It is not okay to ignore what does not authentically fit you, that creates unease or any kind of self-compromise or incongruency in your life. While denial seems to be an easy and simple solution to what evokes aversion or discomfort in us, it is not. To maintain the ongoing armor or facade of denial leads to a life on the battlefield of perpetual deceit, manipulation, strategy, and estrangements from ourselves and others. As time continues to go by, what is avoided or denied grows into an even harder and larger landmine to navigate. While honesty can hurt and be brutal in the moment of disclosure, the acute pain of it always is temporary. True, a rough patch of disruption, tension, and chaos typically follows moments of radical honesty, but it does eventually dissipate. The turmoil is never the life sentence that avoidance, denial, and deception are. If and when some sort of upheaval does ensue, please understand that this is necessary and it is for your long-term benefit. This process unhooks you from whatever dishonest armor and lifestyle has distorted and blocked you from spirit self. The releasing of armor you had lived with for so long that has become a part of you can hurt as it breaks away. Detox of any kind is never pretty, comfortable, or pleasant. Nonetheless, it will pass like the tide and leave an invaluable life-propelling lesson upon your shore. Know that every time you surrender to tumultuous feelings, you are releasing the heavy armor of deceit that are no longer yours to carry. Let the uncomfortable emotions flow, all of their unpleasantness completely through and out of you. Whenever they rise up in the well of your being, release them with self-love, acceptance, and appreciation for what is no more. The path of radical honesty can only beg more honesty. No one, regardless of how perfect they or their situation may seem, is immune to the full spectrum of life. We all have pain, shadows, insecurities, battle scars, stories of shame, and things we wish we had handled with more grace. As you become increasingly transparent, you attract more authentic and like-minded people, and those of the lie fall away. Mother's message. Consider your reality as a mirror reflecting all of yourself back to you. See yourself through the eyes of compassion and love. Make it a priority to experience yourself in authentic connection with others and feel your world transform into the joyful fulfillment of all that you have been fighting for. So, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.